Hey everybody, Vanish001 here. I had some problems capturing the rest of the campaign. A lot of things went wrong. Game audio cut out. Call audio was bad. So I just thought I'd do an overall impressions of the campaign and I'll leave it at that with Ghost Recon. I did find overall visually in this kind of moment here very impressive. Graphically, yes. Cutscenes, no. The cutscenes looked horrendous. The animations of the character, the facial features, everything just looked really bad. Now, when I first started out, I was enjoying. I think that's because I was by myself and it was new, and I was like, "Oh, this is okay." But once you start, playing with your mates and then you're talking about it, you think, "Yeah, that's not great," That's how it went. I kind of listened to what my mates were saying and it did make a lot of sense. There were moments in the campaign where I just, oh man, this is just on the rails. It's not old style Graw, where we have the tactical, advantage where we can go this way, that way, we can flank. It didn't feel wide open like previous Ghost Recon games did. It felt very linear, very on the rails. Go this way, enemy here, enemy there. It didn't feel at all surprising at turns. The last mission particularly, when you had to chase down the two generals. Now we got one of the generals, pretty quick. And then we're chasing and chasing and chasing the second one. And it was a scripted moment, but we didn't realize until we were, a lot further in that this is all scripted. We're not actually supposed to catch this guy because it's leading to, a scripted moment at the end, which was then very much on the rails. It was one of those scenes where you didn't have the choice to move around. You just had your gun and you could aim, one of those moments. So overall, I'd give the campaign a meh. It just didn't impress me overall. Perhaps single player it might feel a little different, just playing by yourself. But then it started to feel very much like you're just pointing and clicking. Yeah, I haven't played multiplayer yet. We're going to be doing that. I'm suspecting we're going to be doing that, hopefully. We played a lot of guerrilla mode. Aussie and I have, and Atari's played a few, and Castanius has played one and a bit. I do like that. It seems a little easy though with 4 players. Aussie and I kind of noticed that when we were playing with the other 2 guys. It just didn't seem as much of a challenge as when Aussie and I were playing, just the 2 of us. And that's understandable, more people, more focus fire on the enemies. It's not going to be, as hectic as it was with just 2 players. But I do quite enjoy the guerrilla mode. I think it's a great addition. Another aspect of the game that was a little tedious was it would have a cutscene, and you'd expect in the cutscene that that's when they would load the next portion of the map or the game, whatever. However, once the cutscene finished, you would then, freeze on screen and it would load. And we're kind of like, you didn't have to really do that. You could have done that while the cutscene's on, load the rest of the game. I think I can understand now why it was pushed back over, I think, 2 years. It's polished, but barely. It's not completely there. And we had a great discussion about why gaming companies are releasing such unfinished products these days. And it really does boil down to that they know we'll buy it. Okay, it's a brand name, Ghost Recon, Tom Clancy. They know we're all going to buy these games. It's the same thing with Battlefield. They just know you are going to pay your money. And whether it's unfinished or not, we'll patch it, So that is kind of the disappointment when it comes to this game. It didn't feel 100% done, as most games don't these days. Yeah, I know it's another negative commentary, but it's how I feel. I'm not gonna, oh fucking hell, man, this game's great, I'm gonna blow smoke up your asses and tell you to go buy it. No, I'm not gonna do that to yous. If yous subscribe to me long enough, you'll know that I'll just say what's on my mind and how I'm thinking. And this is not a great game, not a great campaign. Visually, mechanically, it works quite well. The cover systems and all that, very well done. The visual aids, the magnetic view and all that sort of stuff. The enemies are sometimes challenging, especially these shield guys. However, you know, it didn't grab me. It didn't say, you know, play me again. We could play this mission again and have a lot of fun doing it. It became very on the rails, very linear, very tedious at some points. It was very fair on the checkpoints, I'll give it that. When you needed to repeat a certain part because you died or whatever, it wasn't unforgiving and put you, you know, 10 miles back and you have to do another fucking half an hour to get back to where you were. It's very forgiving on that point. I did notice a few times that the 40mm grenade launcher I got at the moment, I'd shoot at enemies and it would not explode. So it was, I don't know if that was a glitch or what was happening, but it was not very good at all because it got me killed a few times. Weapons handle quite nice. I like the gunsmith, great idea. I'm hoping multiplayer will be good. I haven't seen many high profile YouTubers putting out content of multiplayer of this game. So, you know, what does that actually mean? Is it good? Is it shit? Is it what? Yes, so I'm going to tell you how it is. If I feel the game's shit, I'm going to tell you it's shit. And it was not a great game, okay? It had its moments where it was like, oh wow, that was great. However, it became too much same old, same old. I do believe someone pointed that out in the comments of one of my first videos about this game. They said to me it was very same old after a bit. And I wasn't too far in, so I kind of thought, you know, I'll see what it's like. But yes, it was very much same old, and it did not impress me at all. So I'll catch us again next time. Thanks for watching.